Welcome back, everyone. Let's talk about that recent live update where Jeffrey Sachs really let rip at Trump, comparing him to Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, it was quite the moment, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It's like imagine a headline screaming, Jeffrey Sachs goes off on Trump, and he throws a comparison that's as wild as Mickey Mouse. It's shocking, right?
Right. Yep, definitely. The intensity of his language definitely grabbed attention, especially coming from someone known for his economic insights.
Exactly. And Sachs has a reputation for being outspoken on global economics and policy. So when he starts comparing Trump to a cartoon character, it really jostles the usual political discourse.
Yeah, it sure does. But, I mean, considering the context of the live stream on ET Now, how do you reckon this comparison resonates with the viewers?
Well, it's interesting because the channel ET Now is known for its dynamic live coverage. And when you throw in such a provocative remark, it immediately elevates the conversation.
Right. It's like mixing high stakes politics with a pinch of pop culture. Definitely grabs the audience by surprise.
Indeed, and the mix of live streaming with such unfiltered commentary seems to be a trend, right? It's all about capturing the attention in real time, even if it means crossing typical boundaries.
Yes, exactly. And I can see why. In the fast paced world of news, a memorable line can define the narrative. But don't you think comparing a former president to Mickey Mouse might undermine some deeper, nuanced discussions?
That's a fair point. I mean, on the one hand, it's a vivid analogy, almost like reducing complex policy issues to something easily digestible, like, a cartoon. But on the other, it signals a moment of pure emotional expression.
Right, exactly. It's a double edged sword. While it draws in viewers with familiar imagery, it can also trivialize some of the more serious implications of his critique.
True. And let's not forget, Sachs's background in economic analysis adds, layers of credibility, albeit his language here is more theatrical than academic.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if his approach is intentionally provocative to spark conversation, or if it's simply the natural outburst of frustration.
I'd say it's a bit of both. Like, think about it. When you have someone known for deep policy insights, you don't expect casual comparisons to cartoon characters. It's almost as if the stakes of US political discourse are being redefined in real
Exactly.
time.
It's that kind of redefinition that probably polarizes audiences, huh?
Right. And it's also interesting because ET Now, as a platform, relies on these moments to boost viewership. The live format forces a raw, unedited reaction, and that's what we witnessed there raw, unfiltered commentary.
Yes, the immediacy adds a lot to the impact. But do you think this might affect the credibility of both Sachs and the channel, given that such analogies can sometimes be seen as more shock value than substance?
That's a valid critique. I mean, on one side, vivid metaphors do loosen up the conversation, but on the flip side, it risks trivializing real economic and political challenges. It's like painting serious issues with a brush meant for cartoons.
Right. Yeah, it's like you're saying important topics deserve more than just an easy to digest pop culture reference.
Exactly. Yet, you have to admit, sometimes a little shock value can propel the debate into the spotlight. It's like setting off fireworks in a quiet town. You get attention quickly, even if the spectacle has its drawbacks.
True. And speaking of spectacle, the live stream itself, with its high view count and, dynamic presentation, might suggest a shift in how audiences prefer to consume politically charged content.
Absolutely. And it's like we're living in a time where news is as much entertainment as it is information. ET Now and similar channels are really riding that wave, blending serious news with sensational delivery.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, doesn't this raise another question on whether we, as audiences, are starting to expect and even embrace such dramatizations?
It does. It does indeed. The audience's reaction seems to say, yes, we want the raw, unpolished truth, even if it comes with a side of sensational commentary.
And honestly, it makes you think about the balance between delivering hard news and engaging the viewer emotionally through dramatic metaphor.
Definitely, it's almost like walking a fine line, between compelling storytelling and the risk of oversimplification.
Absolutely. And let me throw in a thought. The fact that Sachs was so candid in his live stream raises the question: how prepared are political figures to handle such vivid criticisms on global platforms?
That's a great point. It seems like these live events, where opinions fly freely, are less about cautious rhetoric and more about immediate emotional reaction. It's like an open mic night for global policymakers.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Exactly. And that might actually, in a strange way, encourage a form of transparency, even if it's unconventional.
True, but I also wonder if the underlying issues get somewhat lost in all the theatrics. I mean, Trump's policies and Sachs's economic criticisms are complex topics that benefit from nuance.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, the nuance is important. While the analogy to Mickey Mouse is memorable, it might inadvertently sidestep deeper analysis of the policies in question.
And that's where a more critical discussion could have added value. I mean, it's one thing to use a vivid image, but another to dissect what it really implies for, say, international relations or economic stability.
Exactly. Right. So while the moment is striking and effective for immediate impact, it might, over time, make viewers question if they're getting the full picture.
Yes, and it's like there's this inherent tension between grabbing headlines and providing in depth, measured analysis. Live formats emphasize the former, sometimes at the expense of the latter.
Exactly. And given that this live stream by ET now had a massive viewership, it's clear that the public is really drawn to these high energy confrontational moments.
Right, it's almost like a new form of public discourse where outrage and entertainment go hand in hand, and the unexpected analogies just add fuel to the fire.
Yeah, truly. However, I do wonder, respectfully, if this style could potentially erode the seriousness of policy debates over time.
That's a thoughtful challenge, and yeah, there is that risk. I mean, if every major policy criticism ended up being reduced to a cartoon, we might end up oversimplifying issues that deserve more robust discussion.
Right, exactly. And that's something we need to be mindful of as the interplay between entertainment and news continues to evolve.
Absolutely. So while Sachs's outburst, comparing Trump to Mickey Mouse, is undeniably memorable and electrifying, it also serves as a reminder that sometimes the style can overshadow the substance in political commentary.
Yeah, agreed. It definitely makes for a fascinating case study in modern media dynamics.
Yep, and it's these kinds of moments that keep the public and us as commentators on our toes, constantly questioning how best to balance sensationalism with serious discourse.
That's for sure. Well, this has been a really engaging discussion. Thanks for diving deep into the topic.
Anytime, it's always great to unpack these electrifying moments in news and their wider implications.
Until next time, then.
Until next time.